It's a very simple story. We three of us who live in South Mumbai happened to see a video, and that video was talking about how to cut a milk bag in a straight line and how that's the right way to cut it. And it was like a eureka moment for all of us because we were already doing projects in our area, and we said this is a very wonderful simple thing which anybody can do.
Have you ever wondered what happens to the milk bag once you have finished using it? Not the trash can? Where do these milk bag packets end up? The river, the sea, or the mountain? All of us drink milk out of plastic milk bags, but we hardly ever recycle them. Inadequate waste management is a growing menace to our ecosystem, and as citizens, we are doing very little to prevent this looming threat. In 2019, 3 friends from Mumbai received a WhatsApp forward that explained how cutting milk sachets can have a negative impact on how your city manages its solid waste. In order to raise awareness and facilitate the recycling of milk bags, Hansu Pardiwala from Har Ghar Har Ghar, Kunti Oza from Clean Mumbai Foundation, and Chitra Hiremat from Garbage Free India launched the Milk Bag Project in 2019. Braving challenges to create a significant impact, they have so far prevented more than 25 lakh kilos of milk bags from ending up in landfills and clogging water sources.
It's a very simple story. We three of us who live in South Mumbai happened to see a video, and that video was talking about how to cut a milk bag in a straight line and how that's the right way to cut it. And it was like a eureka moment for all of us because we were already doing projects in our area, and we said this is a very wonderful simple thing which anybody can do. So why don't we try and ask people to cut this milk bag, and we can try and collect this milk bag and we can give it to a recycler. So that was really how it started, and we had no idea who we will give it to, how we will do the collection, but it was a very spontaneous reaction in thinking of what a simple thing it was and how a milk bag comes into every house. So it was really that, the simplicity of the idea and the ease of doing it, that really made us think that this is something that we should pursue. And we shot a home video in which we showed how to cut the milk bag and how to just lightly rinse it and dry it, and it was that video which we made, which we then started circulating amongst all the buildings in our area. When you cut a milk bag in the normal day proceed, you just tend to just snip off the edge. Now that edge is the one which it's a small piece. It goes into your waste. It cannot be recycled, and also then you don't tend to clean the bag and you just chuck it in the dustbin. And what we found was that the material which the milk bag is made of, which is LDP, is a highly, it's a very virgin material because a food item is going into it. So it has a huge recyclability, where of course it cannot be made into a product which can be used for food, but it could be made into several other things if there are other additives added to it, or even by itself it can be converted into a garbage bag, for example. The reason we said that if you cut it straight, the edge remains intact with the whole packet. So what happens is that when you cut it in a straight line, you don't waste any of that little material also, which might then go into the waterways, it might go somewhere else. And that way you can rinse it out, and that's really how the entire packet can be saved and it can go for recycling. So really that is really the rationale behind cutting it in a straight line.
Initially when we started, because we started in our own area, we got somebody to go and collect it from people. So we started in July 2019. And this went on, I mean, it was really coming in very, very small quantities. We were just not getting enough, but we didn't want to give it up because we were feeling quite passionate about it, and we felt there was a huge potential here, and it was just about spreading the word far enough. So we continued, and we used to collect the bags. Some people used to send it to friends' houses. So we had kind of, set up a little network. I had a friend in Juhu, I had a friend in Worli, then people would come and drop it off, and whenever I'd meet them, I'd get it. So that's how it was carrying on. And then the pandemic came. And that was a real huge blow for us because we were not able to go and collect the bags at the time because they weren't allowing people to come in and collect the bags and all. So we actually thought the project had died. But in July of 2020, I reached out to a lady from Chembur who used to regularly bring the bags to Fort. And that's when, when I called her up to just check on her and how she was doing, she was really happy to hear from me, because she said that I have lost my phone, I've lost your contact, but I have been collecting my milk bags. And that made us realize that maybe others have also been doing that. So we started reaching out to people just post the pandemic, and a lot of them had still been collecting. I think they'd gotten into the habit and they were happy that they had a way to kind of dispose of their bags, and they were hoping that this would not die a natural death. So that was very encouraging for us, and we then revived it once the lockdown opened and we were able to send our person to collect it. Initially it was like maybe 30, 40, 50 kgs, but slowly it's building up in hundreds of kgs, so 300, 400, and the happiest thing, our happiest moment was last month in July, where we've collected more than 1,200 kilos, which is around 450,000 milk bags, which according to me was, something that we only dreamt of. And it's a huge thing for this to be a reality, and it's really exciting for us because more and more people are joining us. In the first 10 months, we collected 245,000 over 10 months. And this was in a matter of 1 month, we did 450,000. So it's great, but we're not getting complacent, because now we feel this has that potential. So we really need to, kind of push it forward.
A lot of attempts were made that who would be interested in recycling milk bags, because there are recyclers who are doing all types of recycling, all types of plastic recycling. We went to 2-3 people, we had a meeting with them, and then we found that Shakti Plastic would be good. But then in a way, we were helped by Amul people to motivate them to accept our milk bags. Since last year, we have had a tremendous response, and at one point we thought it's becoming too much, it's difficult to handle. But over the time, when we read the participation, when we get the participation mails and WhatsApp messages, everybody is so much giving us blessings that, oh, it's a wonderful project, we are very happy that you've started. So now I don't think we can stop. And that is the motivation that we feel that we should carry on. And when you think of it, suppose we have reached 500 kgs per month, but Mumbai has 2 million people. Suppose if 1 million people are using milk bags per day, that means 1 million bags are used per day. So our 500 kg is nothing. So we will try our best to have maximum. My dream is that each and everybody who is using milk bags should contribute, and we'll try to see it.
The Milk Bag project emphasized on a methodology for encouraging environmentally conscious decisions amongst conservationists, leading to a glimmer of hope against the massive worldwide problem of plastic trash.